Father, I desire to see the beauty
of the hour.
When we were planning Campfire, it was obvious to all of us that someone lit a fire under this girl.
Yes, ma'am.
And many of the other leaders. But she has something burning on her. There's the creativity of God that burns in Alexis and through her. And she's going to just take us on a journey. I have no idea what she's doing. I told her, you can have till 9. And she said, yay. So, without any further ado, God working through Alexis.
Hi guys. All right. One of the first things I can hear myself when it's this far away. Okay. The first thing I'm going to have you guys do is stand up, and we're going to kind of stand in a circle around this ear space. Well, a little bit. We're going to be throwing this little guy around, so it's like, oh, it's mine.
Rachel, let's get between that.
But pretty much what we're going to do now is just take a few moments to get to know some interesting facts about each other. So, some questions I'm going to have you guys answer when the ball gets to you. The main questions are what's your favorite memory, your favorite movie quote, dessert, drink.
Okay. Alright, my name is Rachel. I'm 18 and
Where would you go? Do you want to go in the next hour?
okay,
Yes.
I'll go to Italy. But my favorite movie quote is from the movie Ever After, and the king says to his son, because his son's like, what are you going to do? Put me in house arrest? And the king's like, no, I will simply deny you the crown or live forever.
Awesome quote.
Oh, I
You throw it to someone, yeah.
over there. Yes.
I'm Julia. That's pretty slow on the uptake.
You're 14.
And I'm 14. And I would go to Norway.
Sorry.
I'm 14. And I would go to Norway.
Do we?
Why would you go to Norway? Family?
I have family there and a lot of friends and stuff. She moved to Norway for a year.
Oh.
My name is Tim. I'm 22. My favorite movie quote, I'm gonna have to take this word out too. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to do. Friday. Ice Cube.
Feeling pretty epic right now. And to think you guys are the height of that creation.
So sweet. Yeah.
You're the Lake Urena.
And now, Alexis. Dumb.
Is this gonna have water?
Alexis, I think you should have epic music starting
Alright. So just something to meditate on. You guys just sit and think again. But God is a God of creativity. He's a God of expression, a God of beauty. Also a God of practicality. A God of structure, but a God of spontaneity and change. All we have to do is look within. Look around and look outside ourselves, above into the heavens, the universe, the cosmos. God is a God of details and a God of the big picture. The God who created the ant colony and the God who created the tsunami. He is a God of the simple and the complex. He is the God of the sheep, and the God of the fierce lion. He is the God of the subatomic particles, electrons, protons, neutrons. which pretty much encompasses everything that's all around us and within us. He's the ultimate scientist. He who created all the elements, from hydrogen to those complex elements that I can't pronounce. He who gave the elements their properties so that they could combine to make matter. He's the God who created the various species of plants and animals, the God of diversity, who created all people, from Africa to Asia, Antarctica, Greenland, Finland, Norway, and gave us all our unique features. When God created man, he said man was good. So one thing I want to say to you guys is, in this world, especially this society that focuses so much on like external things and shallow things, just remind yourself that God didn't create anything that was mediocre or lacking. So when you look at yourselves in the mirror, you know, I am good. I am the height of God's creation. All the physical features that I have, God gave me. All the gifts that I have, God gave me, whether your gifts are in the natural or spiritual. Okay, with all that being said, just a reminder, like, you guys are the chosen ones. You guys are the ones that God ordained to defeat the enemy. God could have easily destroyed Satan within an instant, but he said, I want the heirs of my kingdom to destroy Satan, to defeat him, to humiliate him, to destroy his pride until he's nothing. So you guys have a mission. Cue the Avengers video. Have special gifts, and we're going to work together, and we're going to defeat darkness.
Alright, cool. So, I was in the movie twice. I actually took her the second time. I took her as my tithe. I had to give to the church.
Wait a minute.
And like Lord was like, you have to give to
What's
the
this
church.
rated?
Cool. We're because of the Avengers. So yeah, it's the best movie I've ever seen. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's right, Christian. Do you see it twice? It's
Never seen it.
so she asked me to say something. And I just want to say my excitement about it. I think we're going to get into it. Okay, so this was the first movie that Marvel did under Walt Disney bought. The Disney Corporation, they bought Marvel. If you guys don't know, Walt Disney was a Christian. If you guys did not know that. Walt Disney was a Christian. No. And there's an underlying theme. I'm not going to give away the movie, so don't hurt me. But there's an underlying theme in all his movies. If you see every single Disney movie from The Incredibles back to Snow White, there's this theme of happiness at the beginning, and then something terrible happens. That big and then out of nowhere, like a superhero or something comes and saves the day, whatever that looks like. And that's in every single movie, like in Toy Story 3 at the end, where it really looked like we was about to die, the toys were about to be like, ah! And then, just like God's claw, like it came down and the claw. That movie, it really portrays redemption very, very, very well. There's even
Movies that you find out. I just saw Snow White, and it totally made me think about how important it is for us to know our identity. Otherwise, we get these bitter root judgment, these life expectancies, and we carry them with us, and they take away from our beauty. So, anyways, now I'm just gonna say something really quick about creativity. First of all of us are creative. Don't just think about creativity as far as the arts, but creativity as far as inventions, there has to be someone who's like, oh, let's have this thing open, and when you go like that locks it. Or creativity in the lighting system and electronics, that's creativity too. There's creativity with how you decorate a space, like Jill decorated this lovely space, and there's an art to it, a science to how things correlate with each other. There's creativity when people come up here and give speeches or give sermons, they have to take the time to think about what they want to say and how to say it eloquently and all that stuff. So I just want to encourage you guys, everyone's creative. You have the creativity within you. Never doubt it, because you're a creation of God. So the same God who created the universe is within you, and you can create something epic. Oh yeah, also just something in Genesis. The first job that God gave Adam was a creative gift. Like, God created all these beasts of the field and of the sea, and he's like, Adam, go name them. That was an act of creativity. Adam sat there and was like, frog, you know. But it wasn't in English, of course, because that language didn't exist. And then just some axioms of creativity. I don't know if you guys know Darren Wilson, but he came to the House of Prayer and he spoke on creativity. So some of the stuff I'm saying is like from the notes I took. But first of all, when it comes to creativity, a lot of things, well, the main thing that hinders us is fear. Like fear that we can't do something. And I just want you guys to know, like as an artist, someone who's like creative, like just give things a try. It won't look perfect the first time. Like any musician, any artist can tell you, like we start off with stick figures, we start off with a pencil, and then we get even more elaborate. Or when you first pick up an instrument, you don't play the right note right away. So just give yourself time. And also to go along with that, God gives us ideas, and He like works through us like we're a natural vessel. And so when you're processing things, it may not be your best in the beginning, so give yourself time when it comes to like creating things or coming up with the most way. But like people who come up with inventions, they don't get it right the first time. They try and try over and over again, and then you get something that you can use that's mass distributed. So just to encourage you guys. But the 3 axioms of creativity, and an axiom is a widely held universal truth about something, but you can't prove it, but everyone like know it's there. Like gravity, we know it's there. So anyway, many before one. If you're going to do something, come up with a lot of ideas first. Number 2, time is our friend. I've had projects where I start on them and then I give myself time and then I go back and I have a better idea. Also, pressure is good. That doesn't mean procrastinate, but if you set yourself a deadline, it's like you're getting yourself flowing, getting the juices going instead of being at a standstill like, oh, I have 6 years to come up with something, and you kind of like don't work on it as energetically because you have so much time. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so this last video I want to show you. So we had the creation video, and that's like the beginning of everything. Then we have the Avengers video, like that's us. So now this last video is pretty much, it's one of my favorite videos because to me it represents when Jesus comes back, how all the different people groups, they're so grateful for what He's done. They like worship Him in different ways. And this is epic Batman music plays in the background while I read the story. So that was the plan. That may not do that. But anyway. So this is part 1 of a 3-part series I did for a friend. And this may look a bit intense, but this person has already exposed himself to intense stuff anyway, so this will be nothing to him. Like, I edit my drawing depending on who it is. Like, I wouldn't draw this and give this to everyone, only like a specific person. So pretty much this is him, his mother, sorry, this is him. This was him as a baby, and this is his mother. So what's happening is the angel of death and the, okay, I'll just let you guys experience it. A creative idea God gave me. Might as well share this story with you guys. I may not do this. It may be a bit much, but I like theater, so anytime I get to act and do a voice, I'm going to take advantage of it. Okay, go ahead. The meeting. Under the administration of the Prince of Darkness, the Angel of Death and Overseer of the Dark Realm Scrying Chambers meet. On June 15, 1989, a new spirit was birthed into the carnal realm. This spirit was to grow in the form of a man and become a being of divine strength, beauty, power, and influence. One to lead, one to serve, and one to bring wisdom, knowledge, comfort, and cheer to his fellow beings. However, his gifts and potential was immediately recognized since conception, and the false lords of that region became severely afraid. In a violent rage, they sent word forth to the Prince of Darkness that a spirit similar to that of the great King David had been born. The prince of darkness commanded the lords to summon the angel of death at once, for he never rests and is bloodthirsty. When the angel of death appears before the overseer shows him an image of a mother showing affection to her new child. They are eager to conspire. Overseer, I will deceive his mind. I will wound his heart. I will fracture his faith. I will drain life from his soul. I will ultimately destroy him by silencing his true spirit and concealing his true authority. Angel of death, I will orchestrate opportunities with other demonic forces to shorten the amount of days he breathes on this earth. As this dialogue takes place, a powerful angel stands in the realm of angelic insight to observe the abomination taking place. While the prince of darkness conjures up plans of deceit, despair, and destruction, the holiest of holies intervenes passionately. God, omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, and omnibenevolence ordains Ethan to protect the life and soul and spirit of Benjamin Olsen. Ethan was sad because he could not prevent Benjamin from experiencing all the obstacles and pain of this earthly life, but he could protect him from the operations of complete dark power, and he would ensure the knowledge and opportunities God had in store for Benjamin were brought forth and presented before him for the choosing. After all, humans have free will. Ethan did not despair because he is an angel and he knows God and his goodness and knows that the ultimate creator of the universe longs to reveal himself to his beloved creation. The woes of this earthly realm do not compare to the glory of knowing God for all eternity.
So that was the first part, and then the second part was him as a warrior. Then there's a third part, but it's not done. So...
Oh my. Whoa.
And part of his prophetic tape was that God had him in heaven and God is forging him into a unique weapon. And so he's in heaven, meaning he's protected by God. God's seeing what's going on and something positive is going to come out of it. So this is the forge up in heaven and this is him, and like the storm's almost over and like the sun is rising.
Wow.
And then another aspect. Okay, so guys, like before I worked on this project for a friend, my drawing was like colored pencils and butterflies and like nature. So like God can take anything you have and like take it to something else. All you have to do is be faithful. But there was something in me that's like, I want to express something that's more deep, more like intense, not just, oh, here's a pretty butterfly. Like I still do that and that's cool. So anyway, I was watching Lord of the Rings, and so since his prophetic tape said that God was forming him into a unique weapon, something that looked like a sword and an axe, I'm like, oh, okay. And I didn't want to draw what I thought looked like a cool sword axe into the picture. I was like, I'll draw different sword axes, which I call axe swords now, and then I'll let him choose, and then I'll add it into the picture later. So these are just some. There's the samurai sword, the Ligny sword, the knight's handyman, but all this is just to say that God it's all Holy Spirit, it's God. God gave me the download. Like, I don't usually draw this type of stuff. And like, God will give you guys creative downloads for things you don't even think you can do. I go from, oh, pretty little butterflies to like trying to draw weapons to convey a message to this young man. So I just want to encourage you guys, all you have to do is be obedient, and like Holy Spirit will like work through you. So if you guys want to see that, this stuff will be here. Otherwise, spend time with God for a few moments and then